Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I've got a very important video, a must watch. I'm going to be talking about the student debt crisis and how we can fix it. So the first point is that college is outdated. We have the internet, and the internet has revolutionized so many industries. But the thing is, colleges have stayed the same since pretty much their inception, maybe with small changes here and there. So we need to update things so that colleges have real world and more practical application and add value. The second point is that college isn't worth it anymore. And this is proven through the pandemic we just went through. They had to shift to all virtual classes, and then they still required their students to pay full tuition. So a lot of the students and their parents complained, hey, we're not getting the full college experience, networking, being a part of the culture, meeting other people, all the things that come along with college. All they got was the classes. And in those classes, the information they teach is the same. Whether you go to a community college or you go to Harvard, the information is still the same. 2 plus 2 is still going to be 4. So because of this, people started to realize that, maybe I'm paying a lot more money than it's worth for the information. And if colleges are saying that their tuition is justified even if it's a virtual course, then that means that being on campus doesn't really have any value, which is not necessarily the case. But this shows you that college tuition prices are super inflated. The next point is that the general studies within a college, which is typically like 2 years of courses, is pointless because it doesn't contribute to your future career path at all. And this information is something that you don't really need to learn in college, or even for your life in general, because you end up using it anyways, and it becomes irrelevant to your future. So what I advocate for is general studies. We can save that for elementary, middle, and high school. There you could build a more well-rounded curriculum, expose students to all realms of education, and then once they enter college, they should be more specified to the career they're going to pursue. Only certain professions, like doctors, lawyers, etc., that require advanced degrees should lean towards getting a college education. There's other degrees that are still useful, such as the STEM fields. We must revolutionize the education system. It is lagging behind. And people are not learning the practical information that they need to live. Basic things like how to wash yourself, how to cook, nutrition, sleep, how to buy a house, credit cards, etc. These are all things that people need to live. They need the knowledge for this to live. Basic traits. So we should teach these things in school. And this way, people have developed more of a common sense when living their lives. And they have practical knowledge that helps them navigate their daily life. And this needs to change for the times. So prior to the internet era, times are different, so this curriculum could be adjusted for that. And now we have the internet, so now we need courses on social media management and how that affects mental health. These are things that need to be educated for the current rising generation, because these are things that impact their life. So another point is that college costs have gone up at an unregulated rate. Since there is no competition and loans are given out from the government to students, the colleges are able to raise their tuition rates and the government will fund that money regardless. So because of this, colleges are able to jack up their tuition without any challenges, which leads to the mess that we have today. If you guys think about it, if you were to go to a private bank and ask, hey, I need a $200,000 loan, I'm going to study art history in college, they'd look at you like you're crazy. Be like, no, we're not giving you $200K to study art history. How are you going to pay us back? So it's the same thing with college. It doesn't give you back the value that is paid for in tuition. So especially some of these majors out there that are kind of non-essential and harder to get jobs in, it becomes harder for you to pay back these loans. So make smart decisions, guys, when you choose your major. So now we want to get to the solutions. The first thing I will say is we must cut out the 2 years of general studies in college. This will cut college's time down to 2 years. Focus on your major, focus on things that are more important and pertinent to your future. The second thing is that we need to require internships or work experience before graduation. That way, people will be having real experience to contribute to the work force. And then now, the point that you guys have been waiting for. How to fix the debt crisis with students' loans. We must overhaul the finance system for this. Right now, as I mentioned before, college tuition rates can rise at an unregulated rate that is arbitrarily set by universities and colleges. And then the government complies and gives that money away to students. In order to fix this, I propose a solution in which students that attend a college and graduate from that college, rather than paying tuition to attend, they will pay their fees after they graduate, get a job, and make income. So let's say a graduate of Harvard graduates, and then this student has to pay the college now for 4 years, 15% of their earnings for that time period of time. So what this would do is that the colleges would be raking in the money that they get that is equal to the value they provide to society. You guys see what I'm saying? So if they have graduates that are earning more and making more of a difference in the real world, then they're going to make higher incomes. And from those incomes, the university will get paid. Versus, say you go to community college, and let's say after you graduate, the next 4 years, they take 15% of your income. But let's say you only make $50K in those 4 years, their value might be less than, let's say, a Harvard graduate. Let's say he's making $2 million, and that money is getting paid tuition to that college. So in this system that I am proposing, it's a self-balancing equation, because on one side, the student side, students don't want to be poor after they graduate, and they want to make as much money as possible. So students are going to be inclined to work and earn as much as possible. And then secondly, colleges will get paid what they are fair market valued. So if a college graduate is highly valuable on the market and earns more on the market, then that college will get that money in return from that graduate after they enter the workforce. So this solution is self-balancing because colleges will not make more money than they are deserved, which is equal to the value they provide in society. And what this change would do is that it would pretty much eliminate a lot of majors that are not essential. So that's another step that we need to take in the right direction. If we do make this change, it is definitely going to produce graduates that add more value to society and reduce the majors that don't provide a lot of value to the society. And then people that graduate from good universities will still be able to make higher incomes, and in return, these universities will get higher tuition fees back from their students. So anyways, I hope this makes sense, guys. Spread this if you think it's a good idea. We should overhaul the education system, and clearly what we're trending towards right now is kind of broken. It's not working. And as you guys know, there's a lot of influencers and people on social media. They make their own courses and sell them. And some of them, yes, can be scams, but in some regard, the information that these people have learned can be more valuable than what you can learn in a university, because it's real world practical knowledge that they learn typically through experiences. And another thing I just want to tack on is that, are you going to trust someone more if they have a PhD in business but they've never worked in business a day in their life, versus someone who has real world business experience, become a multimillionaire, and knows the secrets and applications to how they built it up? Who are you going to trust more? Especially since university professors, they have incentives to keep their job because that's their only source of income. So guys, just some food for thought. Anyways, that's it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one.